Welcome back everyone to today's second video, and in today's second video we're going to be looking at the latest developments on the SSW stratospheric warming. What has actually taken place quite now, and we're also going to be having a look if there will be any responses and any high pressure blocking to the north or over the North Pole, and seeing if it will possibly give us quite a cold January. So will this SSW give us a very cold January? We will see. So the current situation, we have got this warming over here. It's really picking up at this point, as you can see here. Dark red temperatures over here, but the polar vortex is still in business, but it is being displaced at the moment. So we're going to run through this for you now. So as we're going into the new year, you see that warming strengthens, and it is trying to start to push into the pole just here, as you can see. Is it getting further enough towards the pole? I don't know, but it is trying its best with this run. We might not have a reversal of the solar winds, but we are going to definitely weaken the polar vortex. So as you can see, by this point the polar vortex looking very stretched. The warming has slowed down, but is still over a large area, and it's very, very out of place by this time. So as we go to the extended range, the warming continues, and we actually really weaken the polar vortex by this point. I mean, just look at it here. By this point, very small. It's like halved in size, or 3 times smaller than it should be. That warming's still there, as you can see, but not very strong now. So I don't think we'll reverse the solar winds with that, but we're definitely going to really displace the polar vortex. But as you can see, there's another warming just here, what weakens the polar vortex even more. And basically, if there was another big warming at this point, and even another warming trying to get going just here, if there was another warming at this point, a big warming, it would just destroy the polar vortex, but it's already that weak, as you can see. By the end, it is starting to try and put itself back into position over the North Pole, but it is struggling to do so with them warmer temperatures still hovering around. So that is the GFS operational run. I think this is the 12th, yeah. So we're going to show you the ECMWF charts right now for this SSW. Okay, so this is the charts for week 1 from ECMWF. So this is from the 1st of January to the 8th of January, so in the new year now. And look, this is the deep red colours here is 10 degrees above average. Obviously for an SSW we need to be 50 degrees above average, but we do know that it will end up getting to around that. So that is what we are looking at for week 1. So huge warming just here, as you can see in the colder colours just here are really being pushed towards Europe over here, as you can see, and it's a very big warming, as you can see. Where the polar vortex should be around here, there's no sign of it at all. So that's what week 1 looks like. Week 2 is going to look like this. Once again, we keep that warming, and actually more further towards the pole for week 2, as you can see. And the warmer temperature, the colder temperatures are really gone at this point, and we are very warm over the North Pole. And that is what we're looking at with the ECMWF. So we'll see what the ECM and samples are doing for the solar winds now. So we'll show you that right now. Okay, so we're looking like this. So the average is this thick red line just here. And currently we are around average, but we are going to drop down, as you can see just here. But the line we want for it to be classed as a major SSW is a 0 line here. And 3 days ago, most of the models were going for that, but they have backed off from that now, as you can see. So they don't think we're going to actually get a reversal of the solar winds, but it's going to be a dramatic weakening all the way from up here down here. And we never really get back to where we should be all the way into the middle of February, as you can see there. So it is a very big warming, but they're not sure if they don't think it will get to a major SSW level with that red line with this line, dotted line going across here. So maybe not getting to a reversal of the solar winds with the ECMWF today, but we are very close, and it still will affect our weather. It depends how strong the weakening of the polar vortex is. It'll slow down the westerlies, and it could give us some cold weather. So we'll show the ECMWF charts, 500 HPA charts, week 1 and week 2, week 3 as well, to see if there's any responses from it, if there's high pressure building to the north or of the North Pole and stuff like that. So week 1 actually already looks interesting. You notice towards the North Pole around here, this is the North Pole. The North Pole is this just here, around here. I can't really do it very good, but it is around here, the North Pole, as you can see. And we actually do have some high pressure already blocking around the North Pole and in the high latitudes, and that is already a sign that we could be seeing a response. So we're going to show you what week 2 looks like. So week 2 is going to look like this. Once again, it even strengthens, and it's centered right over the pole here. So the North Pole is this bit here, and the high pressure really blocking in the Atlantic just there and over the North Pole. So once again, that looks very interesting for week 2. Let's see if it continues into week 3. Yeah, it does, or it maybe even strengthens here in the Atlantic once more and towards the North Pole. Isn't it interesting, this in ECMWF today? Week 4, once again, the blocking's still there to the west of Greenland, just there, as you can see. If we'll do all the weeks now. So week 5, once again, that strengthens the warming, strengthens the high pressure and centers it over the North Pole as well, as you can see. And then finally, we've got week 6, and once again, blocking over the Greenland and over the North Pole. Very, very interesting from ECMWF today. So before we go, we're just going to show you the GFS 500 millibar heights to see if they are getting any blocking going over the next couple of weeks. So a bit more of a shorter range model for the next 2 weeks. So let's see that now. Okay, so here we go. So here we are around here under this high pressure, as you can see. We're going to start from around hour 78 because not much goes on before that. So already you can see there is signs of maybe warming going on around here and trying to get to Greenland just there, but nothing really over the North Pole at this point, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to run through this, so as you can see, and into the new year, into January, around the 10th of January, we do see a sign that high pressure is actually trying to get going over here and up to Greenland. So it is signs that we're trying to get some high pressure going. As we continue through this run, this high pressure actually starts to move towards Greenland quite quickly. And look at this now. This looks very interesting. High pressure goes straight up to Greenland, and look at that block there. That looks a bit like the beast from the east sort of pattern. Huge blocking area high pressure just here, all the way through up to the North Pole. That's definitely because of the warming, and we actually could start to introduce some by the end of this run. We could start to introduce some very cold air from the northeast, as you can see with this blocking high pressure just here. And this trough of low going south will go very cold. So once again, a lot of the models looking very interesting for today, for the stratosphere and for the closer down in the atmosphere and troposphere and stuff like that. So that's going to be all we've got for today's second video and all we've got on the SSW at the moment. So thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.